Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you a little bit of the predictive analysis part of OpenOS. So the key part of or what we're trying to achieve with predictive analysis is to enable you to know, what users are likely to churn, what are the factors that are causing the churn, and what is the impact of that churn going to be. And using this information, you can make informed either marketing decisions or product led decisions as well. So let's look at the first one of users that are likely to churn. So over here, what the product in essence does is, looks at your entire user data and tries to first cohort the users into different segments. After it cohorts the users into different segments, it looks at which cohort of users are likely to churn. So today, if you had to do that, you're going to first look at a list of attributes, try and manually put that into an Excel format, and then try and see what the churn percentage for each of those attributes are. Instead, the product, as an automated insight, gives this to you right off the bat. So as you can see, that's shown in the first table over here, which is the churn propensity table. So what it's done is it has cohorted users into different groups, shown you the risk factor, that means the percentage likelihood that these users are going to churn, and what's the average ARPU or average revenue per user in this particular cohort. You can then click on the list and download an Excel or a CSV file of the list of users with their email, phone number, whatever user data that you collect on your platform. So this can enable your customer success or sales teams to make more focused efforts on different cohorts of users in terms of targeting them to prevent them from churning or getting them to perform another action on your platform such that they retain. It can also inform your product in terms of incentives or pop-ups that you show to different cohorts of users on your platform. The other two tables that are over here are in terms of what is perhaps causing users to churn. So what we do over here is we broke it up into two different parts. The first part is user characteristics. So again, over here, it looks at the different characteristics on your platform, such as what the device price of a particular user might be, which location they come from, what kind of email ID they signed up from, or what is the UTM source or the campaign source that this user was acquired from. After that, again, like the previous table, it cohorts them into these different groups and then looks at what's the probability that these users are going to churn. Similarly, you can download this list of users and again forward that to your your customer success team or also to your marketing team that can make more informed product decisions. Just to give you an example, let's say that you see that users below a certain device price are likely to churn at a higher percentage than your average. What you can do then is exclude those users from your marketing campaign so that you get less users coming in top of the funnel that are likely to churn down the line. Similarly, we do that with features as well or actions on your platform. So for example, over here we can look at what the user role might be and we could perhaps figure out an insight which says that users which have a role selection of analyst are more likely to churn than a user with a different role selection on the platform. Again, over here you can use such decisions or such insights to inform your product or marketing for the platform that you run. Then finally over here is what's the impact of the churn going to be. So over here, what we do is we again cohort the users into different groups, and then we look at what is the LTV of the top 25% of the people in this group, and what's the median LTV as well. So using this information, you can again make an informed or further informed decision of taking into consideration that users with an LTV that are, let's say, below 1,000 rupees, even though their churn might be high, maybe I don't want to focus on retaining those users or allocating my resources in terms of my customer success time or my product manager's time in trying to retain those users. So these are four automated insights that you get in terms of the predictive analysis part. What you can also do is do a little bit of modeling, which is reflected a little bit more on another video. But just to give you some examples over here, is that let's say I want to predict churn for a particular cohort of users that are not shown in these automated insights. I can then come in over here, select the attribute of a particular user. So let's say in this case, it's an action I want to see. And in my case, given that there was, let's say, send a chat as a feature on my product, and I want to see that users that send a chat at least twice, in the first maybe 14 days, what's the likelihood that these users are going to churn? The reason I would do this is such that if I discover that users that send a chat twice in 14 days are less likely to churn, at a product level, I'm going to try and incentivize that action a little bit more. And then once I press execute over here, it's going to pull out or model that scenario for me and give me the results. So as you can see, all of this is done through a mix of natural language plus like a graphical user interface, such that you don't need any technical knowledge to perform this deeper level of data or predictive analysis on the platform. So in the next video, I'll go deeper into what these different categories are. But for now, I guess this gives you a fair idea of what predictive analysis is on OpenOS.